It was a moment I couldn't forget. My boss fired me right there, in front of the entire team. 3 years later, I stood before him as his new CEO, ensuring that day remained etched in his memory. Back then, I was just a junior analyst at a major marketing firm. I adored my job until our new manager, Steve, came on board. He was arrogant, sexist, and had a penchant for humiliating others. One fateful morning, he pointed the finger at me for a mistake he made and dismissed me publicly. I left the office with my head held high, despite feeling humiliated and fueled by determination. Soon after, I launched my own digital agency with 2 colleagues who had also quit under his rule. We dedicated ourselves to work late nights and weekends, striving until we secured a significant corporate client. And guess what? That client dropped Steve's company after a year, opting for mine instead. Our agency flourished rapidly. When Steve's company began to struggle financially, I seized the opportunity to acquire their controlling shares. At my inaugural board meeting, he looked at me, ghostly pale and trembling. "Welcome back, Steve." I greeted him with a smile. "Now it's your turn to work for me. Always remember, never underestimate the person you sought to demean." As I settled into my new role, I couldn't help but relish the taste of triumph. This was more than just professional success. It was personal redemption. Every late-night report and painstaking project plan replayed in my mind like a triumphant symphony. Steve, once my tormentor, now had to follow my lead. I reveled in the thought of implementing the strategies I had once suggested he adopt, ideas he had dismissed with scorn. The tables had turned completely, and the power dynamic shifted dramatically. Each meeting we held was a reminder of my journey and the resilience I had cultivated along the way. I watched him squirm as I outlined projects that would uplift my firm and stifle his ambitions further. The satisfaction was exhilarating, yet I remained focused on my goals. For every word of condescension he had ever uttered, I now wore my success like armor, reflecting back the hard lessons learned. It was evident in the room that this wasn't just business. It was a reckoning, a long-awaited confrontation that I had meticulously orchestrated. In that moment, I understood the importance of perseverance. I had turned despair into determination, and now stood not only as his boss, but as a testament to the power of resilience. As the meetings unfolded, I noticed how Steve struggled to mask his bitterness behind a thin veneer of professionalism. There were awkward silences, hesitant nods, and a distinct unease in his demeanor. Despite the power shift, I kept my tone cordial, reveling in the contrast between our positions. "Let's explore new directions," I suggested, deliberately inviting Steve into discussions that would expose his weaknesses. Each suggestion seemed to chip away at the walls he had built around his pride, unearthing a vulnerability I hadn't seen before. As the months passed, I continued to watch Steve navigate the new reality of our relationship, and with each passing day, the thrill of my ascent dulled his arrogance. He had underestimated my resolve, and now, every decision I made echoed with the power I had earned.